What's up, you guys? It's K-Mac here. Sorry for the background noise, but I'm recording on the other side of the building right now, so I don't bother anyone out there. I was like out there the other day for a while, and this video is really long, so I might be. This is like 2 hours long, man. It's fucking crazy. I'm gonna try and get through this one without pausing too much, but I want to and shout out to the usual, shout out to Vocal, shout out to the awesome Tophia archive, shout out to Scott Repub, shout out to Stum Jing, and shout out to Reiki. You guys are awesome for watching. And I'm going to start this one off a little bit differently. I did a bunch of research before this video, right? Because Tophia said recently in a video that University of New Mexico Albuquerque cost $50,000 a year in 2012. So oh my God, my fucking oh my God, all of my fucking research is gone. I want to jump out of a fucking building right now. Whatever, I remember a lot of it. I had it fucking written down here. I'm so pissed right now. It doesn't matter. I remember the numbers. So Tophia claims she went to University of New Mexico Albuquerque in 2012, right? Damn it. Yeah, the fucking messages are gone. I'm so sorry. Whatever it comes down. It doesn't matter. I remember a bunch of numbers. Okay, so University of New Mexico in 2012, it cost $15,000 a year for tuition, room, and board. If you count the other fees that they include, it's roughly 20. Like if you count the other costs they also throw in there with like school books and stuff like that, it's 20 grand. It's actually just under 20 grand a year, so $19,500. Okay. Now, first of all, she claims it's 50,000, which is impossible, right? It's not even close. You can look up the year, 2012, University of Mexico, Albuquerque. They have it published. How much it cost that year? She was only there one semester too, which means it cost $7,500 to 10 grand, right? Now, first of all, there's no way it cost 50,000 because I went to a super selective private university my first year, and that one cost about 50 grand a year. It was not a state school. Second of all, I'm from New York, and I'm pretty familiar with both the FAFSA and state aid as both a student in my 20s and as an adult returning in my 30s. Okay, so first of all, I looked into this. New Mexico has free college, not just free community college, free college. Their state aid will cover 100% of tuition and all of the fees, depending on your income level. And if your income's below $23,000, which it is, you're guaranteed a full ride to college. So Tophia could go back to college now for free. And with federal aid, which there's no chance she would not qualify for it when she's living in a homeless shelter and barely makes 5 grand a year, she might actually get money to go to school. Like she might end up with extra money in her bank account if she decided to go back to school and get a fucking education. They have one of the best programs in the entire country for adults returning to school. You only need to take 6 credits and pass that. She doesn't do fuck all day. She could barely pass 2 classes back then. It doesn't make any sense. New Mexico has one of the best free college programs in the entire country because they include regular and 4-year colleges in that, not just community colleges and associate degrees like other states. It is legitimately one of the best states to be broken and need an education, and it's probably the best state to be returning to a school. Like she could go back to University of Mexico right now as a returning adult and essentially get everything covered for, and maybe even end up with an extra $1,000 to $2,000 in your bank account because of her Pell and state aid and the scholarship that's available there, which is called. Hang on one second. I think it's called. It's called the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. It can covers up to 100% of tuition. Okay. Second of all, there is no way that when she went in 2012, she either did her FAFSA or even filled it out. When I went to school in 2009, right around the same time during the Great Recession, okay, my parents made around 100 grand a year, and I still got aid for a private university in Massachusetts. Okay, like it's unbelievable. I got about 25 grand in scholarships, grants, and everything. Plus, I got federal student loans, plus my Pell Grant. There is no way Tophia's family was making anywhere close to 100 grand. Not even fucking remotely close. Even if I'm so generous and say that her family was making 50 grand a year, there is a 0% chance she would not have qualified for a dollar of federal aid and state aid like she claims. There's 0% chance in any fucking universe, in any reality that we occupy that that happened, okay? It does not make any sense. You can look up the numbers. I'm not claiming I know her aid package, right? It could have been whatever. Who the fuck knows? Aid can sometimes be weird. Like, I lost it recently, even though I don't make that much money. Or I lost my Pell, at least, which kind of sucks because it was a lot percentage wise for my classes I'm taking right now. And I lost it because I'm doing married filing single and like a bunch of shit changed. I have to amend that filing and change everything. But when I was single a year ago and making this money, or 2 years ago, whenever my last FAFSA was. By the way, she can't even say FAFSA. She says FASFA. She doesn't even know how to pronounce it. And she's claiming she did it. There's 0 chance she would have at least gotten federal loans offered. There's no chance she got no aid. There's no chance she got no Pell. Where her parents might have been making less than $30,000 a year when she went to college. Okay, they've been poor for fucking ever. But even if I'm so generous and say they're making 50 a year, there's no way. It just doesn't make it. You guys can look it up. Okay, I did a lot of fucking research on this before this video, and like I did a lot. Okay, a lot. Like I'm so pissed that I lost all of it right now, but I did a lot. Okay, you guys have no idea. I was doing this research for like maybe half an hour to an hour because I wanted to check this. Because as someone that returned as an adult, like I got a good amount of aid and I actually have money left over for one. She could go back to school right now for free in New Mexico, for free, guys, for free. It's one of the best states in the entire country to do that in, especially as a homeless person with no income. Now, I understand there are other logistical difficulties when you're homeless, like getting to classes, right? Getting back home, being able to study, being able to type something on a computer, right? But those are all manageable. Those are all very manageable for someone that doesn't do anything all day. So anyway, I just had to go over this because I did a lot of fucking research on this, and I don't believe her for a fucking second. That when as soon as she said that University of New Mexico cost her $50,000 a year when she's an in-state student, I knew she was fucking lying about all of it. It makes no sense mathematically. It doesn't make any fucking sense in any universe. As someone that got federal loans and federal Pels back then, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And again, my parents made probably 3 to 5 times the amount that hers did that year alone. So they probably made close to 100 grand when I went to school back then, right? Because I live in New York and like they worked decent jobs. But combined, like both of my parents combined, it's like 100. And like we weren't rich by any means because where we lived, the taxes were extremely high, and like my parents, like and the mortgage and stuff. But we lived somewhere that had good schools where I got a good education. Anyway, I'm gonna start now. She's fucking lying through her teeth about all of her college stuff. I don't believe for a second she ever filled out her FAFSA because there's no way. There's just literally no chance, you guys, in any reality that we occupy that she got no money. So the title of this video, by the way, is going to be called "Tophia Lies About College and Being Able to Afford It."
I wish I didn't look like this. Oh, you're not doing anything. You're lazy, even though I work hard.
There's just no chance, you guys.
Right to live.
I don't remember which. I think it was 2 videos ago she said that she did
subscribe if you enjoy, please.
There's no way. You can literally look it up. They publish how much it costs per year for state colleges in particular, and even private colleges. Usually they're published in some sort of like college booklet that you know what I mean. Like when you're looking and going for college, like they publish that information. Especially states. She's being so dishonest about all that. New Mexico is like here. I'll just pull it up, you guys. Does New Mexico have free college? Especially if you are extremely low income. Example, under $5,000 a year. Tophia claims all the time she can barely afford her storage, which is like and her phone bill, which is like $300 or $400. So we'll just say she makes $5 grand a year, right? So let's look at this right here. New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship covers 100% of tuition and fees. So, and administrative fees, you guys. So that pretty much leaves only books, okay? And this is not including the Pell either, okay? And what about Pell? Isn't it if you make under 23K, that's full state? Sorry, guys, I'm just pulling this up right now quickly so you can see, oh God, what was the other thing? And what if you're returning as 30s and went to So I just want you guys to see this. I know this is good, taking up a lot of time at the start of the video. It's already 10 minutes, but this is crazy, you guys. Like I'm telling you guys, I did a fucking ton of research on this. So okay, if you first of all, if you make under $23,000, you will literally get everything completed. Now it has a cap of 160 attempted credit hours, but Tophia's attempted maybe what? She said she failed one class out of three. Let's even be again super generous and say they were all three credit classes, right? So she at least scraped 6 credits, right? And only needed a 2.5 GPA. That's fucking nothing, you guys, a 2.5 GPA, okay? I have like a 3.4, and that includes like my Animal House here when I was absolutely fucking insane on heroin, had like a zero point 0. It's actually impressive how out of your way you need to go to get a 0 point. It was impressive that I did it, okay? Like every other year, I at least got like a 1 to a 2, but that 1 year, I was out of control, you guys. Because your tuition can only cover the state. The money from your Pell Grant be sent directly to you as a refund. Like she would end up with money every year, guys. And she probably qualifies at least for still $5,000 a year in Pell. So federal Pell making under 5,000 a year guarantees you will receive the maximum Pell Grant amount possible. And by the way, look, I just want you guys to see this too. What about federal loans? Those have no. The last thing, you guys, before we start the video, I know it's been a while. So here's the last thing. So even if she didn't qualify somehow for a single dollar of state or federal aid, she would have still been offered federal loans, unsubsidized and subsidized, when she went. Like the idea that she got offered $0 of aid is laughable. It's laughable. We're gonna start now. I'm sorry I took up all that time, but I did a fucking ton of research on this.
My favorite food is
And I felt bad that I spoke on
I
Boston.
like pasta.
Again, I'm not claiming I know her exact dollar amount she could have gotten, but just based on what we know about her family and their income levels throughout her entire life, there's no fucking chance on this planet that they got nothing if she did her FAFSA correctly. She can't even say it. She says FASFA. She doesn't even know how the fuck to say the word. So, anyway, I'm sorry I wasted like 10 plus minutes on you guys. But it's just it was a huge lie I heard from her. And I was like, there's no fucking way. And again, it was 20 grand. It was 20 grand per year. Okay? Why is this sub piece?
Subscribe
Oh,
if you
okay.
enjoy.
Using the 2 Joeys.
I'm at one.
How are you
Anyway,
doing?
there's no chance, you guys. She would have gotten offered a lot of aid. And if she went back now as an adult, it would basically be free for her to do a 4-year degree, not even just a 2-year like I originally did. And then I had to save up to go back to state school, where I'm a city university, or not city, not CUNY, a CUNY school, not city CUNY, but just a CUNY. I don't want to say exactly where.
From France.
But you know, like it makes no fucking sense. It just makes no sense, you guys. If you did a FAFSA and your FAFSA, excuse me, oh my god, I sound like Tophia now. Jesus Christ, because I've been listening so long. If you do a FAFSA and you're a returning adult, New Mexico is essentially the best state in the country to return as an adult to. It's
Do you like pasta?
the best because of how comprehensive their free college system.
What do you mean?
It's one of the. I live in New York and University of Mexico, and New Mexico has better free college. Okay,
I'm not trying to
better than New
I'm not trying
York.
to get a job.
I don't qualify for fucking dollar
Good
state aid
or
somehow.
trippy
Which is
video?
crazy.
What do you mean trippy? Actually trippy. I really
But I do get a lot of federal aid, and it's enough that I actually have extra money.
Anyways, I thought trippy.
And I still have to pay some out of pocket, like about $200 to $300 in fees, and then
See
almost
how I called her lie? Very demure.
it covers the like $2,000 to $3,000 in
No,
tuition
but
costs for
to
it.
be
I think it's about
honest,
$4 grand
I
for the whole
I
year.
already called it.
And I normally
That was not her
cash
last
flow a
video.
lot of that. What
So, she's
I
like,
cash flow
"This
what
is
I
the last
don't
video
get
I'm making on
Pell
these
or
people."
scholarship.
And then she said my name. Actually, she said.
And last year, I literally had to cash flow like nothing. I got a $1,000 scholarship and made up the difference. I mean, like made up the
These
difference.
people. These people. Good one. Anyways, oh, I want to address that.
Anyway, let's go back to Tophia. Look at how fucking horrible she looks here, you guys. She looks like a fucking marshmallow, man. Look at her pants, dude. She looks fucking terrible, you guys. She really looks.
Why are you sharing the old tweet?
Look at her hair, man. It's like sticking sideways. She looks fucking
from a long
ragged,
time
you
ago about
guys.
Jeffree
Alright, I'm
Star
done pausing.
and be like, oh look,
It's already
I didn't
50
even know
minutes
anything
long.
about Jeffree Star when I was following him and watching him.
But
So
like,
why are
there's
you
no
sharing
chance
something
she's
from how
lying
long
through her
ago?
teeth
I
about
saw
ever
that,
having finished
and
the
she's
FAFSA. There's no
100%
chance she
correct.
ever did it
This
correct.
is not an
I
act.
think
This is
she's
not
so
a
lazy she didn't even apply for the FAFSA when she went to school, you guys. I truly believe that. Or if she did, she just has no idea what she's talking about and doesn't remember shit.
joke. Stress
Either way,
in
like
the
it's a.
hospital.
And by the way, there was no scholarship back then that required you to pass 3 classes because first of all, 3 classes is just like an arbitrary number because it's usually credit hours. But even looking at the programs that they offer today,
Stress put me in the hospital.
the
They told me
opportunity
it was my
scholarship,
stress.
the
That's
one
why
I
I have
mentioned
constant headaches
before,
because I've been stressing a
there
lot. I was really
you
going
only
through
need to pass
something
6
really.
credits.
I dropped to my knees
That's
in the
two
bathroom and
classes
laid
for
on the
most
floor and
people.
cried.
Like I took two classes last semester. It was like 6 or 7. Actually, it was
How bad
7.
it was
I
because
took 7
of a
credits. So
situation.
this semester
Just
I'm
like
taking two
I don't even want
6.
to go back
Then into straight
to that
mathematics
time.
and something else I don't
But
remember.
stress will really do that to you if you're not careful. There was this girl, this young girl. I think she was also in her 30s. That her stress was so bad she got a stroke, and she was like, she has to
Okay,
learn to
Tophia.
walk or learn to
I
talk.
actually had
I
like
think
a.
learn to walk. I'm not sure. But
I'm pretty
stress
sure
will
I had
put
a
you in the
mini stroke
hospital
at
if
the
you're
time
not
when
too
I was
careful.
using
That's
her.
why
I had a
when you
fucking
get older, you
terrible
can't be
seizure,
stressing
and
yourself out, and you just got to be careful.
I just remember one
Stress will
night
put you in the
like
hospital. And the
I don't
day
know. It's
people
hard to
have been treating
explain
her,
all these
people
years
literally
later,
crashed
but
out and
I was
said that she's
fucked
going to
up.
be
I'll
known as
just
the
leave it
person
at
that has the
that.
money. I don't
I
know
was
why
really
people are
fucked up.
making
I was getting
stupid ass
really bad.
suggestions talking
I
about
was
sell
really
your
sick.
G-Wagon, sell your doll collection. How about you?
Normally seizures are pretty rare from dope. Like
Shut the
I was the
fuck up,
sickest
because
I've ever
nobody
been.
asked
I
for
was
your
doing crazy pills at the
opinions. Some of you
times and
guys are
shit.
stupid ass
It's like the
bitches that like
strongest
to sit here and
opioid
try
on
to
the
bash someone and tell
planet
them to get a
behind
9 to 5 job.
fentanyl and shit,
You
and
get
it's
on your
way
knees
better.
and suck for your
Sorry,
benefit
that's so off
because
topic.
that's what you've known to do is to
Like
literally
again,
be
that's
a
like
kiss
my
ass
background.
person
It's like
that
a
goes to a
fucking
job and does
drug
what the
addict.
manager tells you to do. Sometimes some of you guys literally do
Like
what
that's
you're
where a
told
lot
to
of my
do
frame of reference
and you
comes
don't
from. A
care.
lot of this
Why are
weird
we
shit.
having this argument and this discussion about healthcare that should be free, dental care that should be free? Why are we
So again,
talking
I'm a
about
little bit. I split a little bit with vocal on this one. I do believe dental, at least basic dental, should be free. And I believe if you need like a lot of serious work done, like to the point where it's going to affect your medical health, that they should probably fork over for it because that will save your insurance money in the long run. Like if your teeth are in better shape, you're less likely to get other sicknesses. Again, like bad teeth is like one of the biggest problems for me as an addict because it's like something I didn't have insurance. Like Medicaid again, like I said in my last video, it covered your tooth getting pulled. I lost a tooth because Medicaid didn't cover root canal, but they covered it getting extracted. So,
job and maybe she could have afforded that
so like
even if
I
she would have
agree.
got a
I
9 to 5
disagree a
job.
little bit with
The
vocal on some
dental
people
care
on
that she
that
would have
one,
got,
just
the
as someone
coverage
that
that she would have got for
suffered
her
not having
teeth
good
would
dental
have not
care,
covered what she
and
needed to get
how
done.
again like how
Some of you guys
selling
really
out for
just
that
love to
would have
push someone
saved
until they
her
harm
money in
themselves.
the long
You ain't gonna
run.
be satisfied until she's
Because there's
passed
a
away.
lot of fucking fucked up illnesses you can get from fucked up teeth, right? And then your insurance company will be paying out through the nose for some of those. I'll just throw that out there right now. Anyway, that's off topic, like a little bit. But I'm a little bit
Nobody's
split
gonna
with
be
them a
satisfied
little
until
bit
she's
on
6
that
feet
one.
under, and that's the
But
thing.
if that was a lady making 100 grand a year, like yeah, she should be able to afford her own fucking dental care. I'm talking about like poor people that are in a really bad way with their teeth, you know?
That's a part.
And even then, it should maybe be like some sort of separate fund that you can't use for anything else, you know?
Y'all need to stop
I don't know. That's a different discussion, like how you actually like create a program like
pushing
that.
people to
But
their breaking points
I agree that
and
there
then
should be
thinking that it's
something
okay
for
because some of
fixing
y'all
your
are
teeth if
using her
you're
as a situation to be a bully.
destitute
And the
like
reason why you're
Tophia and some
attacking her is
people
because
are.
she's a black
If you're
woman,
totally
she's trans, and she's
like
plus
can't
size.
afford shit,
I don't hear this discourse. I don't hear any of these complaints towards white creators who sit on here and ask for GoFundMe's all the time. Nobody's
fuck you. You know the only white person I know that did a GoFundMe or whatever? This guy I knew from high school who died of cancer a year ago, and they did a GoFundMe for his children to go to college. All right? That's the only white person. That's the only person I actually know in person that's ever done a GoFundMe.
that
That's
stuff when
so.
Chad the Builder was out
So
here
if
trying to
he's
have
trying to
his
get a
own
half a
thing.
million
Nobody
dollar
said
house,
anything when these
they're
guys.
trying to get $250,000 to send 2 kids to college in 15 years. Tell me who you think is more deserving of it. The guy I know in high school who died at 33 of leukemia, and who has 2 daughters that are now fatherless and have no shot of affording school later, or you think Tophia deserves half a million, twice as much as 2 children to go to college 15 years from now? Who do you think's more deserving? Let's just be
White
honest
creators
about
are
it.
out here creating and making GoFundMe's, but you want to bully
Like
someone
white
that's a
creator,
trans
I don't
person,
have a
black,
GoFundMe. I
and
don't
that is
know
plus
any
size. If
white
someone says
creator
she's
that's
not black,
GoFundMe. I know a few that have Patreons, like for like extra content, but they're providing something. They're not just begging for cash. It's
I would
very
advise you
different.
to do some research before
And
you
I
start talking,
doubt she
because she
knows
made a whole
fucking
video
shit about
explaining
that.
to people about being black because people did not know that she was
God, my
black.
back hurts
Maybe
so
use your
bad, you
common
guys.
sense and stop being
I
anti-black,
want to
because
cry right
Jules
now. I'm
is
so
black,
fucked
and
up.
stop being a
I'm
bully
like
because I'm
really
so sick
bad
and
right
tired of
now.
seeing
I'm
people
fucked up
break
still.
down to the point where they feel like they don't belong in this world, and then you're pushing people to not want to be here because you think it's okay to give your opinions. Maybe work on your.
No, it's just you. You're so fucking lazy, Tophia. Like, if you weren't so lazy, I would actually feel bad about you, and I probably wouldn't be making these videos, right? Because as I say all the time, my dude Marty, who's homeless and schizophrenic and shit, he's dead. I don't make videos about Marty. I mean, I mention him in the videos now because it's funny. But like, I didn't feel the need when Marty was out there begging for a cigarette to like, yeah, you know what? I put Marty on blast because he refused to work. Marty didn't work, but Marty wasn't acting like he deserved a $500,000 home for sitting on his ass all day, you know? Like, she's so fucking lazy and so selfish. Like, again, I can't help but compare them to each other because they're so similar in so many ways. But Marty was a good guy. Like I said in the last video, you give this guy a cigarette, he'd be so fucking happy, man. He's so kind and so nice. Like,
Because it sounds like you have issues
he's
with
just like
yourself.
kind of
What it
slow
really
and he's
sounds like is that
schizophrenic, you
you
know?
have
Like,
problems
and
with yourself.
it's
Instead of
to the
talking about someone else,
drugs.
talk
It's
about
like a lot
yourself
of
for a
other
change, what you struggle with, what you deal with on a day-to-day
homeless,
basis. Because you won't talk
schizophrenic,
about what you deal with on a
drug.
daily
Like,
basis. You talk about how you
his drug of choice was
feel
K2,
about other
which
people and
is
not
one
what
of
you
the
deal
reasons
with on a
why
daily
he
basis.
died, because
How
that
do you
shit is
wake up
crazy.
feeling about yourself?
Again, I'm a dope addict, and I think, and I used to do research chemicals, right, back in the 2000s, 2010s, and even I thought K2 was crazy.
And why are you talking about how someone
That
else
shit is
should or
wild.
shouldn't feel?
That was a crazy research chemical. If you guys don't know what RCs are, look them up, like 2CE, 2CB, like DOI. Like, there's some crazy drugs
Or how
out there, you
someone else
guys.
should or shouldn't do that is crazy.
And I'm saying, as someone that like is experienced with a lot of that shit, I thought K2 was insane. I've never used
Some of
it
y'all
once in
really
my
need a
life.
reality check. Some of y'all don't
Never
even know how to
once
treat people.
taken
How
a
about that? Talk
single
about
hit of
yourself, because you
K2.
won't. You
Even
won't
when
tell
I was
people
on
how you're feeling.
probation,
You won't tell people
and
stuff.
like I
You
could have
won't tell
gotten
people how
away
you're
with
struggling.
taking
Some of
K2.
y'all literally are so mad
That
that
shit is
someone comes
wild.
off
That
and
shit's
asks for
nuts,
something,
man.
and
That
you want
shit
to
is
sit here and try to
absolutely
tell them what to do with their life.
Marty
She's got
loves
this,
smoking
she's got
K2,
nobody
so
cares. She doesn't have the money for her teeth.
it's not a
And she
far
shouldn't have
fetched
to
thing
feel
what
like
happened.
she needs to hurt herself because people
But
are
Marty
mad
even looks
that she asked
healthier
for
than
help
she
for her
does right
teeth.
now. She looks
Some of y'all are
enormous.
weird.
Yeah, she
You're
looks
not
really
satisfied until
unhealthy.
someone hurts
Like
themselves. You're the
bad,
one
you
that's
know?
pushing people to do that. Where
I'm
are all
sorry,
the
I'm gonna go
pro-life
back to
people
like
since you're so
responding to
pro-life?
her, but I
How
just
about why don't
couldn't
you tell
help
people to
like
stop
doing all
pushing
this
people
research and
to
like all this
taking their
shit.
lives? Where are you guys since you're so pro-life? It
Sophia,
doesn't matter
nobody's
what
fucking
pro-life
saying
means. That's
Sophia
the
is
thing,
saying.
right? Those pro-life people are so for trying to save an unborn, what they believe, which is not even a human being, when abortion.
Okay, Miss, I had a stillborn sister who was alive. Like, what are you talking about, Sophia? If you don't, Sophia, oh my God, if you don't think birth happens at conception, then why the fuck do you claim you had a sister all the time? Suddenly you're pro-choice. Like, okay, then your stillborn sister wasn't a sister. By the way, half sister. Don't forget that. Yeah,
Happens,
she had a
they're
different
so pro,
dad.
but yet they're
We learned
pro-life.
that in the last
Pro-life
video.
thing
It's
should be
actually
for
a,
people
a
keeping
stillborn
them
half
alive. I
sister.
know that's not pro-life, but that's the whole point,
You can't.
right?
You cannot claim to be pro-choice and claim that a stillborn child is alive. It's just they don't reconcile with each other. You can't be like they just don't. They just don't.
The whole
They
point
just
of what I
don't
was saying is they're
reconcile
so
with each other.
pro-life.
And
There's
believe
not.
me, I'm pro-choice for the most part. In fact, I'm not like pro. Like I don't celebrate abortion, right? Nobody fucking does. Nobody's like, woo, I'm getting an abortion. You know, hang ten, brah. Like nobody fucking says that. Which is why it's so crazy. Like all the shit that's even happening. Like I just think like women who need it should be able to get it. Honestly, as a man, I don't even think I should have much of a fucking role in deciding any of that. To be quite honest with
When it
you,
comes to adults, what
I
about the
think all
adults?
that's just
Stupid. I'm not
mainly up to
pro-life.
the woman. I
I'm
mean, I think a
pro-choice,
man should
but
have a
I'm just
certain
saying
amount of say,
it's
but
weird
ultimately
because
it's their
you guys are
body,
never
right?
satisfied with someone.
Okay, I think
That's the
most
crazy
men should
part.
sit
Y'all
that
aren't ever
conversation the
satisfied.
fuck out.
You judge people.
But you're
People
not
can't
going to
mess
be
up.
sit there and
People
pretend to
can't
be
come on here and ask
pro-choice
for
and
help.
also
People
claim that
have
like
to be these
stillborn
perfect
children
people.
are
People have
alive
to
and
go
all
get a
this
9 to 5
shit.
job because you said so.
Like,
And
it
that
just
fixes
doesn't. They don't
everything. I didn't
reconcile
know a
with each
9 to
other.
5 job literally fixes your whole entire life. That's
Because you're
like
like you
saying
basically are like saying like your mom carried something for months. Like
9 to 5
it's
job is
they
a
just
band-aid,
don't
but
they
it
don't
says
go
it's a
in.
dirty band-aid. It's the type of band-aid that
Sorry.
doesn't stick because it's
At least
sticky.
to me,
So
at
like
least in
the
my
zip
worldview,
is
those things
dirty.
go
It
right
doesn't
in
stick
smile
anymore
very
because it's
easily.
sticky. It's not stickable. What are we doing? Why are we thinking that getting a 9 to 5 job is a sudden fix to healthcare?
You're so fucking stupid, Sophia. Did you know that if you work a lot of 9 to 5 jobs, you get health insurance? Okay, I've said it before, you guys. I don't get paid shit as a public servant. I make jack and shit, but I have pretty good health care. I have pretty good dental. You know, that's one of the big pluses. And I'm in a union. You know,
A sudden fix
and
to
I have a
dental care
pension
because the type of
now,
dental care that she
almost
needed
vested.
does not get covered under the
Which, even
job
though
that we
it
told her
won't
to
be
go
allowed
get.
in the
So
U.S.,
what do you
overseas would be a
suggest? If she
significant
can't
amount.
ask for help and she gets a job and the
It
job
would at
doesn't
least
cover
cover
it,
like
then what do
probably
you think she
utility
should do,
bills and
Einstein? What do you think
as
she
I
should do?
retire.
Since people think they know everything, right? You think you're so smart, you think you know everything. And then people are
I
making
definitely
up
know
stuff.
more than you, and I just did a bunch of research and
You're
proved
using
lying
situations
about
to spread
shit. So
misinformation and make up stuff on people. I don't know why people are saying she made $500,000 or $1 million. She never said she made $1 million or 500,000. Now you just throwing numbers out there to try to make it seem way
Well,
more
they're
money.
probably pulling data from like how much the average creator makes with a certain amount of views and followers. And like you don't make shit because you don't do anything. You just live stream the most personal,
It
embarrassing shit
is.
of your life.
Nowhere
But
did she ever say that. You got people on here literally having a whole
even if she's
conversation
making
for money.
fucking 100
Let's
grand
be
a
for
year,
real.
like
You guys who
you
are
should be
making
able to
videos about
afford
girls and
a
being
good
bullies
amount
are
of
making
dental.
it for money. You know why? Because
Yeah,
you made
you
a
might
video
need to
over
take
one night
out like
talking
a
about
small
Joe
loan
LeBron.
or like
And you know
oh,
why?
like figure out
Because
a
you were
payment
making
plan with
money.
the
And
dental
you want to talk
office.
about her coming on this app asking for
But I
more money.
mean, you guys,
You literally talk about
like
people for money.
I don't know, if
That's
I
why your
can
videos are over
cash
1
flow
million. You
my
want to come on here and complain
dental
about someone
problems,
asking
I'd
for
be like
money
someone
while
making
proceeding to
three
use their
times more
situation to
money.
make money off of them. Because literally, it's
But again,
not the
someone
fact that she made
indigent
GoFundMe,
like
it's the fact
Tophia,
that
I
you
believe,
saw an
should probably have
opportunity to make a
access to
quick
most
buck.
of the free dental
Be
care.
truthfully honest and tell
Now,
people
I
that
don't think
you
it should cover cosmetic dental like the Invisalign or any of that shit that she wants. But I think it should cover like dental that you need to survive or need to be able to eat correctly.
you won't tell people what you hide behind yourself, right? You come on here
That's
complaining
just me
about
though.
people,
This is
but
one
you
person's
won't
opinion.
tell
As
people,
someone
hey,
that
I'm
used to
making
be
this video
poor
because
and
I want to
needed
make
money,
money.
and that's
First
kind
off,
of
start your
fucked
video
up.
with that because it becomes
And I'm
a
not even
lot
saying
less.
like, oh, you know, I wish that I'm not even saying like, oh, it's so unfair that I didn't have it. Like, you know, I knew the position I was in. I knew I couldn't afford all this cosmetic dental shit. I just wanted them to save my tooth, you know? But like I still have a missing tooth
And
there.
not
Like
getting
I know I still can't afford it yet. I got the bone graft done, but I haven't
when you
got the
come
tooth
on here
replaced. You know, I can't
talking
afford
about
it.
someone else making money while proceeding to make money. If that's the
Now,
case,
now, if
then
you
why
have a
don't you leave
lot,
the
I'll just say this also again from experience because I've had a tooth pulled from having bad dental hygiene when I was an addict. I did the bone graft, like I paid for that, but that's only maybe like two hundred fifty
creator fund and make a
dollars
video
when I
talking
got the
about
tooth pulled,
Joel
like an extra
LeBron
250
literally
bucks.
making a GoFundMe? Why don't you talk about
So,
people while disconnecting yourself from the creator fund then? That'll really make you credible, but you won't do that, will you?
no idea what
Because
what are
you're
you
not very
talking about. Who
demure.
would do
If you
that?
was mindful and demure, you wouldn't be pushing someone to have a mental health breakdown.
I have no idea what
That's
you're
just
talking
me.
about, man. That's
Everyone
totally
cares about someone
unrelated to
until
what
it's
you were
someone that
just
they
talking
don't.
about 5 seconds
It's
ago.
always targeting the
What's that have
plus
to do with the
size
creator fund?
person of color that is trans or
Like, what does that
marginalized.
have to,
Oh,
literally,
hey,
what does this
look
have
at
to
me.
do with anything?
There is never a
Dude?
discourse about a white creator that have been several of them that
Shut
have
up
made
about the white
GoFundMe's
creator.
that have
Name one. You claim to always have these receipts. I just pulled up data on my screen. You know, in this video, it's so funny. She's like, what, you think receipts mean that that's proof? Receipts aren't proof. I can Photoshop receipts. Sophia, they don't literally mean a receipt from a store. Receipts today is like shorthand for proof. It means they have evidence. We'll get into this later, but
scam
she actually
people.
says
One
that.
of which scammed people not once but
She
twice.
she thinks it's
Scammed people not once but
literal
twice. Bought a
receipts,
house,
like a
bought a
receipt
Jeep,
from
took his
Target.
family to Disneyland.
It's fucking
When he bought a house, he
crazy,
bought a Jeep.
guys.
He scammed people the first time. The second time, he
She's
scammed people
so
to
either
send his
stupid
family
or
to
ignorant. Either way,
Disneyland.
it's
And
fucking
no one
crazy.
literally bats an eye. Like,
Oh,
talking
and
about
she's
that.
crazy
Like,
too.
crazy,
That
bro.
also.
Who said I'm trying to
But
be
like,
cute?
she
I
doesn't
don't
know
even
what the
know.
fuck
I
she's
don't know
talking
anything
about.
right now. I'm not wearing kids' clothes. What do you mean? This fits me. No, they're not. People didn't have
That
this
does
much
not fit you
discourse
at
for
all.
white creators that literally make
It doesn't
GoFundMe.
fit you
When
at
I
all.
see a
You look
white person make a
horrible.
GoFundMe,
She looks larger than ever, you guys. Look at her jeans, you guys. This looks this really. She looks bad. She just really looks unhealthy
everyone's in
right
their
now.
comment sections like, can we help? What do we need to do? Let me share this. My God, this is so horrific. This is so. But whenever a
See, this
person of
is
color or
Tophia just
someone
being
that is not
jealous that
white has
someone
a
else is
GoFundMe, it's
getting
like
the
we're
help that
going through it
she
too.
is
We
trying
all
and
have
needs and
struggles.
wants.
It's not we all have struggles when it's
You're right.
about
We do all have struggles, bitch. Shut the fuck up. How do you know that those white creators aren't struggling? Like, so she's so fucking stupid. She contradicts
the
herself in
person
the
who the
same
system is built
sentence,
for
you
to
guys.
be
Her and
not
Donald
oppressed against.
Trump, they
Oh,
literally changed
they
what
don't
they're
got
saying
struggles. It's
mid-sentence,
poor
man.
them.
And she
Poor
fucking
them.
loves to say
Oh my
she hates
God. Like
Trump and wants
everyone
to
is so
rant
upset
about
for the
them.
white
Like,
person, but not for the person of color that
her and
literally
a
has
lot of
oppression against
politicians,
them
honestly,
and is
nowadays,
very
like,
much
they just
struggling to
what changes
survive in
they're
a system
saying
that is
fucking
built against them.
mid-sentence,
But hey,
man.
God forbid, right? Poor them. Oh my God, what can we do to
Shut
help?
up,
You're
Sophia. This
utilizing
is
your
like
white
you're so
tears. Oh
fucking
my God, let's
stupid. This is
run and
so
catch their
irrelevant
tears
to your
because they're white and they're
situation.
crying.
You're just
And we feel so
jealous that
bad because
other
we see
people
a
are
fragile
getting
white person crying
GoFund,
and they need our help.
like that they're just successful in their GoFundMe's and that no one will fund yours. Maybe if you weren't such like a shitty person, you would have gotten it funded. Maybe if you showed that you were willing to expend even the smallest amount of effort working 20 hours a week, you would have got more money. But you don't. Like, you just don't. Like, again, she can't even, like, she doesn't even, like, scrap metal like I've done. Like, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest. I've taken fucking metal to scrapyard before, okay? Not the proudest thing I've ever done, but I've fucking done it when I needed cash. You know, like, I'm being serious. Like, she can't even fucking find some aluminum or some copper. I
That
mean,
we really need our
like,
help.
it's
Yeah,
crazy, you
those white
guys.
people be
It's
wet behind
crazy
the
how she
ears, and then you
participates
get got,
almost
and then you're
in
on there
no way,
like
shape,
they
or form in
scammed,
greater
they took my
society.
money. Like
It's
when
just
I gave this
insane.
person money, and they bought a laptop with it.
I mean, like,
They
she
took my
can't
money.
even
I
get
got
off of
bought.
her
I
ass to
felt
return her
tears.
cans,
Exactly.
probably, you
So do
know?
I. I've never said
I
hi to
mean,
somebody that
like,
didn't deserve it.
there's no way she
I never
returns her
got
cans. and she
Damn.
throws
Try
that shit
again.
right in the
Nope.
garbage.
Don't put that on
By
me.
the way, wherever she's at, I guarantee you that there's somewhere there that does collect cans. So every fucking time Tophia throws away a bottle, I bet they do a fucking backflip, right?
Never stepped into anyone that scammed
I'm
me.
telling you that
Any
there's
money I
someone
sent to someone,
picking
I
it up
never
from
got
that
scammed.
trash can in
Nobody.
the
I
shelter
don't
she's
send
at,
money to
or at the
someone
fucking
who says,
hotel
"Hey,
she's
I'm
wherever the
kind."
fuck she
I
is.
scroll on
I
by. Is that a
promise
messed up
you,
thing to do?
because I even my friends who have jobs like but are used to doing that still do it nowadays to make like extra like to make 20, 30 bucks a week for gas money. I still know someone that does it.
Yeah. Why?
You
And
know
I
what I
just feel
mean?
like it's someone
Yes,
that I know.
okay. They have a car, and that there are some real. By the way, when I mentioned school for Tophia earlier, like there are some real logistical challenges when you're homeless, right? And broke, like getting there and back and forth. But New Mexico also has or had for a long time. I don't know if it still does free public transportation. And again, her Pell and the state aid she gets, she'd have enough extra cash to buy a bus pass for the whole fucking semester. Like
You think genuinely needs to be seen?
but I understand like getting there and back, and like I said this before, like and having a computer and like the books and stuff. Like I understand that's harder when
Will
you're
share
homeless.
it to my
Like she
page. So
might
when I go
actually
to the store
get
and rent
paid to
fast
go
food,
to
how do I
school,
know if
and she's
you're
still
being
fucking
genuine
too
or not?
lazy
I'm
to
not
do
going
it.
to send people to donate to you only for them to get scammed. I don't want y'all to get scammed. When I send somebody, it's not because I'm sending you to get scammed. I always make
What?
sure I'm careful who I'm sending stuff to. Some of y'all
What do you
really need to pay
mean?
attention. It's crazy.
That Tophia, that
I don't
makes
send
no
nobody to get
sense.
scammed.
When
How do you
you
know, Jules?
send money,
While
you make
Jules
sure no
messaged
one's getting scammed. That implies that you would have scammed them by asking for a refund.
me,
Okay,
I'm
you're
not
the
gonna
only one
say
that could
anything because I
scam them
don't
in that
brag, right?
situation.
I'm not
I'm
happy
sorry,
to
guys. This
see
video
lucky
is already
people
like
do it.
double the
That's a
time. I
regular
need to speed
person
this shit
thing.
up. But that makes no sense, Sophia. When you're giving someone money, the only scam you can pull is to take it back. It's not like you're sending someone money and you scammed them out of 50 grand. Like,
Like
what are you
someone
fucking
that is this
talking about,
celebrity,
man? What are
like
you
messaged
talking
me and
about,
asked
lady?
me
That
how I
makes
was
no
doing
sense.
and said, "How are you doing?" I didn't
No
believe it at
shit, you're
first.
not sending someone a scam when you give them money. It's not like they're asking, hey, can someone give me like a link to where I can work a job, and you sent them like some scam phishing email. I mean,
To be
what are you
honest with you, I
talking
thought it was like
about?
one of those you could get a automated message, business message or whatever.
Makes no
At
sense.
first I was like, what the heck? I just popped something and not bleeding. But anyways, I
What?
didn't believe it at first. I was shocked. And then was shocked at first. And then Jules
My
told me
back hurts so bad.
I
I got
used to watch you.
arthritis.
And I was
I
like,
wish I
wait
could
a
share
minute.
this thing
Like
with
she said, like the
one
bullying that
with
I
like
did
one
reminded
doctor for a
her of
single
when
day,
she
so
got
they could
bullied.
try and fix
And I
it.
was like, oh my god, like this
So
person is,
shitty. They send like a
and it wasn't
million
even like oh my
X-rays
god. It's like
everywhere. I
when
know
you
that
see
they
someone
can
being
do that.
human for once and
They refuse
just
to.
like listening and understanding and not judging, because people judge me. They don't listen. They don't take the time to say like, how are you doing?
We listen to fucking everything you say, man. That's why we can make an hour and a half, 2 hour long video. Sophia, you think that we watch 2 hours of you and aren't listening to what you're saying? You just babble half the time. Of course, I'm trying to interpret what the fuck you're talking about.
Like a lot of y'all are just on here to be bullies and harass somebody. I'm not one of those people
No,
like that one
no,
girl
that's
that shared
not
the
it at
message that
all.
Jules
If that's true, I'd be bullying like other lolcows and shit. I don't really like. This one's just fun for me, you
sent
guys,
her,
because I watch this
and then try
video
to make it seem
anyway.
like Jules was
So,
attacking her.
and when I'm sitting here watching, I'm like talking out loud to myself, like this is crazy,
You are
like
not
it's
a
saying
victim,
this
girl.
shit.
You said help real people. When you say real people and you're talking to a trans person, how does that make them feel? And you're trying to make it seem like it was a different way when it
Once
wasn't.
again, I
Real
shared last
people
video
to
how I
Jules
knew
made
a
it feel
trans
like you were
person that
saying
I
she
went
wasn't
to
a real woman.
outpatient
You need to
program with
apologize for
who
that.
was
It
pretty
doesn't matter
destitute,
if
and
she
now
took it
I
that way, then you
good
need to
friends with
apologize because
them.
that is very much transphobic. Whether you think
Never
so
said
or
anything
not,
like what
you need
Tophia
to
is talking about.
apologize.
So,
Because
I mean,
saying
Tophia was super trans the other day when she was talking about a real woman streetwalker versus fake woman streetwalker. Do you guys remember that? When she said it's a real female streetwalker as opposed to a trans. She's so fucking like she's so sexist and shit herself. It's unbelievable.
that they should donate to real people, okay, what's a real person to you?
Okay, a
You don't know
trans
who a
person is
real
a real
person
person.
is.
So.
Someone could come on here and
It's like,
pretend to
why did
be
you even bring that up? That implies that Tophia thinks that they're not real people, right? That her mind immediately went to a trans woman. Like it didn't go back to a white man, like she said earlier, like a white person who she thinks are scamming people. No, her first thought was, "Oh, you don't think trans people are real people, huh? That's what you're talking about, trans people? Like, what if they were talking about white men, Tophia, who you like love to dunk on? You know? I'm just giving a counter example, you guys, because like that's not where my mind first went to when she says real versus fake, like when someone says a real person, they're talking about like Tophia not being like a real
a
person
real
in
person
society,
and lie to your
right?
face to get
That
you
she
money.
just sits there. She's
Do
not a
you know
real
what a real
like you're like this isn't a real person, right? She has to be AI or like a caricature, right?
person is?
Yes, a
Do you know
trans
what a real
person is a
person is?
real
You don't know
person.
who's real and
Shut
who's
up,
not.
man.
It's happened.
You're so fucking performative. Name a single trans person that you know in real life. I knew it right off the top of my head in that
Especially in
video. You guys didn't
relationships.
even name.
You ever seen that movie Not Without My
Like I knew
Daughter
her
with
name
Sally Field?
immediately. And yes, I'm
She
saying
married that
her.
guy that
And by the way, I'm not even gonna say what crime she was convicted of, but it was fucking horrible. It was a horrible crime. A horrible crime. and I'm still going to call them a female. Okay? But what they did was, I don't even, it's
She
really
thought he was in
not.
love with her, took her to the
I'll just
country,
say that.
held her captive, started treating her horribly,
And
started
that changed my opinion when I learned of their
leave the country,
crime
but she couldn't because they
later
had her
on. I
passport.
didn't. That's not something you ask the average person, outpatient or in shelter or something. It's something if they want to share. If they've not, like, I'll share the crime I've been convicted of, right? Possession. They got 3 years of probation.
Everything that she
Okay?
needed to
Like
leave the country and she couldn't.
some crimes that
And
you
when she
don't
wanted to go
share,
see
and
her
this is
dad
one
that
of
was
them.
sick in the hospital, he said, you could leave,
And
but you
that's
can't
when I
take
never did. That's why for years I was friends. Like I stopped talking to him eventually. It's just like,
the girl with
yeah.
you, the
Eventually,
daughter,
you're like, man,
because he was
and
keeping her there in that
yeah,
country.
I'm not even
It
gonna
was a
go
whole
more into
thing on
that right
Dr.
now.
Phil. One
That could
time,
be
the
its
girl,
own
one of the girls,
video.
met this guy online and went with him to Afghanistan, Iraq, or someplace like that. And literally, the mom's pleading for her to come back. It's not a good situation.
What does this have to do
And now
with a
she's stuck
real
out there.
person?
There's a lot of women who went
Like,
out there for men that get stuck out there. Like, it's the same thing, right? Like,
dude,
people
didn't I say last time she get taken advantage of? She's already talking about this, man. She already knows it's gonna fucking happen to her.
portray themselves to you online. They're really good at
She
that.
knows it's
They're
gonna
really
happen.
good
I'm
at telling
telling you guys, that's what's gonna happen to her when she's in a bad situation like that. I'm telling you, she's gonna get exploited because she's not smart enough to not let it happen to her. I'm just telling you guys right now.
you what you want to
I
hear.
promise you, it will probably
They're
end
really
up
good
happening
at
to her,
putting on
which is really sad, but
this
it's
sob story,
true.
this Oscar award winning,
She's just not street smart enough. She's not smart
performance.
enough in
And you
general to
fall for
not
it
let it
and you
happen to
give
her.
these
She's
people
just
money
not.
and then
I mean, for fuck's sake, she was in the stud chew and all that shit, and stud chew was a fucking criminal, right? She stabbed. Did you guys see that video? That was crazy. That was insane. That was as crazy as Tophia's 911. I can't believe I watched both of them. They're actually insane. Or listened in the one case. The other one I watched, it was body cam.
you got.
But,
What's
I
a
mean,
real
Jesus
person?
Christ.
Nobody knows what a real person is.
What are you talking about? I know that a real person's a human. What do you? I don't care about the Like, why are you so focused on gender making a real person or not? They're a fucking human being. They could be cockless because they got chopped off in a fucking wood chipper. And besides being a Darwin Award winner, they'd still be a fucking human. They'd still be a real person. People are being sarcastic about you, like you're a
You was
character,
throwing a
like you
shot
can't
at
be a real
Jules
person because
because
like
real
it's so
people,
crazy.
when you said real
Guys, I need
people,
I'm already
to
like
her,
double
it
time right now.
felt
This is fucking 2
like it
hours
was
long. I need to
transphobia.
not
And for
slow it
that,
down
you need to
or
apologize.
pause anymore. I cannot fucking believe it. Like
You
she
tried
just
to
instantly
put
though went to
the messages
transphobia,
on
trans
blast
people
that
being a
Jules
real
sent you.
person. When she always like, what does that have to do with being a real person or not? You could maybe if you really want to get into the weeds. I don't really give too much of a shit. Like do whatever you want if you're not bothered. I don't really care. Do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're not hurting someone else. I really don't give a shit. I really just don't care. Do whatever you want.
I don't know what you thought you
But
were doing.
like to me, like if I was thinking of not a real person, I'm thinking of like the scum of the earth in prison, right? Where it's like borderline if they even have humanity. Like Chris Watts, the guy who annihilated his entire family, killed his two daughters and his wife, stuffed them in a fucking oil container, right? That's who I question if they're a real person or not, because they seemingly have no humanity. Tophia's mind immediately went to a trans person, so just do
By
with
sharing
that what
those
you will.
messages,
Okay?
you thought you was doing something
I'm gonna
that
try
you
and
didn't.
speed
Look,
up.
guys, I'm not transphobic. Jules
You are
attacked me.
transphobic.
I'm the
You're
victim.
transphobic.
I made a video bullying Jules, but I'm the victim. I'm a victim. But I
You
bully
are a
people, but
victim.
I'm a victim.
You victimize yourself all the time.
It's like, wait, guys, but did I tell you? I'm a victim. Wait, look at the messages that Jules sent me. But forget the messages that Jules sent me. I'm a victim. Me.
I'm not claiming I'm a victim of shit. Like I've had to deal with all this shit on my own, right? Like I probably faced more police harassment than you ever have, Tophia. Have you ever been arrested 2 days in a row by the same fucking cop just because he saw you walking the next day? Get the fuck. If that's never happened to you, fucking put your hand up, Tophia. That's happened to me, and they get busted by the same fucking guy later on. The same guy every time he sees you pulls you over or fucking stops you when you're. I left I swear to fucking God, you guys, I had just left a library. All right? And just because the police station in that town was across from the library,
bullying a black trans
I kind of got fucked over. But this was fucking 2017, man. Am I talking about it 9 years later, like Tophia? No.
and saying real people, but I'm a
I'm telling it to you guys so you have like a frame of reference of where I'm coming from relative to Tophia, right?
Look at her attacking me. I'm a victim.
I just want you guys to like know where I'm coming from
like
and that I kind of know what I'm talking about with this.
Let me put on my
right?
victim face for you.
Like, I know
Does
what
this
it's like
look
to be
more
harassed by
victim
the
enough?
police. I know what it's
Like
like to be
seriously, some of
arrested
you
for
guys need
shit.
to
I
leave
know
the
what it's
homies
like
and
to
stop
have to
bullying
go
them.
through that shit. I know
She's
what it's
had
like
enough.
to
Like
be
she's literally
fucking
had enough.
broke as
You push
fuck
people to
because I'm
the
blowing all
edge,
my money
and
on
then you
shit I
say
don't
stuff and
need,
you don't want to
alright?
be held
Like,
accountable, right?
in
It's
my
just like I
instance,
said,
drugs,
nobody
heroin, and dope
cares.
sick. In Tophia's instance, it's patty melts and fast food, which is a little bit less forgivable,
About the
honestly.
real
But,
issues. When
you
trans
know,
people was telling you what happened in my
shut
situation
up
was
about
not
the trans
transphobic,
people,
a lot
man.
of you guys were telling me to
Like,
shut up.
how is
So
it?
why
How is it you can claim to support trans people so
would you
much and
tell
not
trans
realize
people to shut up
how
while
fucking
fighting for trans
anti-trans
people?
what
That
you're
makes
saying
no
right now?
sense. You try to sit here and say, well, it is transphobic. Why are you arguing with trans people about what's transphobic and what's not? And then you proceed to
I'm arguing with you about what's transphobic or not. I'm not arguing with the trans person I know in real life about it. Are you out of your fucking mind? You just said, "Oh, what are trans people not real people to you?" And I said I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the worst criminals that walk among us, the worst fucking sex criminals out there, the worst fucking murderers. Like
tell
that's
them to
where
shut
my
up
mind goes
in the
about
comment
real
section because they're
person,
trying
not
to
real
educate
person,
you.
human,
Then
not
if
human.
you're talking about trans issues and you
And
don't
like
even
I am so fucking against the death penalty, even
know the
like
definition
for
of
even in
transphobia, you're
like
trying to
those cases.
reconstruct it your way, then
I
you
just
shouldn't even
don't
be
believe
talking
it.
about it. That's like people talking about racism. There's
And I'm
this
sorry,
girl that I
it's like
spoke to
again off
yesterday, and I'm not
topic,
condoning
but
what the person said.
those are the
She
people I
came up
question
there and
for
was
real
like,
people.
this
And
racist
Topia's
person popped his
immediate
butt. And
example
what
is,
she
oh,
said
you
was
don't think
xenophobic.
trans people are real
That's
people?
xenophobia.
That's
That's not
immediately where
racism.
her mind
If you're going to
goes.
talk about
That's my point about how she's how she's sexist and racist and anti.
racism,
She's all
educate
these things
yourself and
she
know the
wants to
difference.
not.
It was not okay for what she
She doesn't
said, but
even
it was
realize it.
xenophobic.
She's like
I'm
Christian.
not
They both
defending
don't
that, but
realize
at
how
the same
sexist and
time,
racist
you
they
need to
really are. It's
educate yourself.
unbelievable.
You guys start talking and running out the mouth about things you know nothing about. You don't care about real world.
See, again, I know a lot about a lot of these different things. Now, I was never in a shelter, but I spent a lot of time
Issues
around
because
them,
your advocacy
right? Or
stops
hanging
because
out
you want to reconstruct the
outside of
situation
them
your
with
way.
people who were
If
living in
y'all
them
was true people that
for
really cared about
for
real
at
world
least a year or
situations,
two at one
you
point.
wouldn't be
A
making up
solid
your own
year,
definitions to this stuff.
at
You
least
wouldn't
a
be
year.
changing the
Like
definitions to
a
fit your
solid
narratives.
year, maybe probably a solid 18.
That's like Drew
I'm not claiming 2
Afuelo,
years. I'll go back
how do you say it?
about 18.
Calling everyone a turf just because they have a difference of opinions and saying they're transphobic for even fighting back. That everyone in the comment section that has a negative
I
opinion
was
is
fucked up.
transphobic.
I was,
That's not
I
how
was
that
really
works.
dumb.
We are having all this
I was
discourse
out
and
of
discussion, and the real people that are taking hit are people from marginalized communities like the LGBTQIA plus community, the
Shut
people
up.
of color. The marginalized communities are the ones that are taking the hits for
Of
all of
course,
this.
she falls right into both of those categories, right? Never mind all the people that can't even get into the United States right now, right? All the foreign people,
Even the
like,
Samira
shut
situation.
up.
Everyone
That's what I'm talking about. Like, she's so fucking, she virtue signals
wants a
about this
reason
shit
to
so hard
combat
and thinks that, like,
people
a
of
white
color that are
person
part of
maybe
the
can't
LGBTQIA
understand
plus
it
community,
anymore,
or a
right?
person of
Because it's
color,
so
a
fucking
black woman,
insulting.
because they think
I might need to split this video into 2
of these
parts,
people.
guys. It's
In
so
all
fucking
three of these
long.
situations, besides the Michaela situation, which, in all three of these
Like, I don't
situations,
know
it's
who
a
the fuck
person
would
of color
listen
that's
to
a
this.
part of the
It's 3
LGBTQIA
hours,
plus
like,
community,
however long
a
this
black
gets
woman,
through.
or a person of color, because Drew Afuelo is a person of color. She may not be a black woman, but she is a person of color. And in this case,
So then
who
what did
suffers?
what does
The
that have to do
marginalized
with it?
community.
Why does it matter if she's black or not? She's a person. Like, what? This is what I'm talking about. She's so racist. Like, okay, I didn't assume that she can't be a person of color just because she's not black. I've even said before, I don't even, like, everyone thinks that that's not your real father. I think he is, and even if he's not, it doesn't fucking matter because he still raised you. That's like saying, oh, I have a cousin that's adopted, right? It's like saying, oh, he's not my real cousin. Fuck you, Tophia. Like,
The non-marginalized community,
or
the white people,
that's
are
the
sitting
other
back
people.
laughing.
I'm
While
sorry,
y'all destroy
that's the other
yourselves.
people.
It's destructive. We've missed the whole plot when the whole thing
Like, it
is to
doesn't
literally
matter.
fight
That was
against
my
the
point.
systems that are against people of
I
color.
still, okay, you're a person of color, Sophia. I'm not saying you're not. Even if you're not black, like they're all claiming, and they're right about that, I still think you're a person of color. So you look like one, you probably were treated like one, and you probably can check off certain boxes on
And we're
certain points,
destroying
right? Just being
everything
real
we
about
worked
this shit.
hard for to
But I don't
fight
care if you're
against.
fucking
Why are we
black or not,
destroying it?
man. And like the fact that she's like, oh, just because she's not black doesn't mean she's not. No fucking shit. The fact that once again your mind immediately went to that shows where your fucking head
In
really
one
is.
go.
It shows where it really is.
In one go, we just destroyed
That you think that, oh,
I heard
everyone
stuff
must be
about
thinking
Peter
about
Pan.
black
I think what
people
was it that she went to
immediately when
Disney?
I say
Something
person
about
of
Peter
color.
Pan. I don't really
I'm not
remember the
thinking
whole
that, man.
situation. I would have to
It could
think
be
about
a
it again
few,
before I
like,
say anything. I didn't mean it like
whatever.
that.
Like,
Exactly what I
it's
said.
so irrelevant, and she pounds on it so much and hones in on it so much, and
It was not.
it's
In
so
that way.
like
Why is
it's
that?
only relevant. It's as relevant as you make it, right? And again, I acknowledged in the last video that there are more challenges for the average person of color, right? The average person of color, not like, a billionaire like P. Diddy or something. You know what I mean? Like,
thing. It's
you're not
always
necessarily like a
harped on
billionaire.
people of
Like,
color, but white people can get away with
but that again, it's like most crimes and like most differences in class, like people are really like more class differences in my experience than
doing
race
something,
ones.
right?
In my
You always
experience, at
gotta
least,
bring
as
up
an
something a
addict,
person of color
as
has
someone
said.
that
But
used and as
when someone says
someone
something about a
who's
white person,
overseas
it's
right now, like once again, I'm the vast minority in the country I'm in right now. Wow, it's raining out here.
always they can do no wrong, right? Because you
But again,
defended
like you want to talk about minorities and stuff,
this white
I'm not in
girl
a country right
who
now where I'm
literally
a
pushed
majority.
someone to the edge.
I'm in
She
a country
contributed
where
to the
I'm
reason why
very
Jewel
much
went to the hospital. Or did we
drastically in
not
the
forget that?
minority here.
Do people not
You
like
know,
it's apples
like
to
not even
oranges?
remotely close. So I
Color,
don't
but
even
white
read
people can
this.
get away with doing something, right? You
And see, that's not, like Tophia, come to where I am right now. You think a white person, like for the record, I can't even own land in the country I'm in right now, right? They made it illegal for non-citizens to own land here so that private equity and like other governments and people like could just billionaires couldn't come here and just buy everything fucking up when they don't live here. And oh my god, it's like raining on my laptop, bro. To move it a little bit. Sorry, you guys, hang on a second. Oh shit, that's crazy. All right,
always
sorry.
gotta bring up something a person
Yeah,
of
I
color has
like.
said. But when someone says something about a
No,
white
man,
person,
you're the
it's
one
always
fucking talking. I just acknowledged all the fucking
they can do no
problems that
wrong, right?
people of
Because
color
you defended this
face
white woman
and how
who
I'm a
literally
white
pushed
person
someone to the
and
edge.
how I understand all that. And like, my kids will not be 100% white, Sophia. They will probably have more challenges than I do. I'm very cognizant of that.
She contributed to the reason why
You think
Jewel
that's fucking
went to the
like how stupid do you think I am, man? Like,
hospital. Or did we not
do you
forget
guys know
that?
what I mean?
Do
Like, how
people
fucking stupid do you
not
think someone
like
has
it's
to be?
apples to oranges? I literally explained what I meant, and that didn't send someone
Like,
to the
how
hospital. But we're bypassing the
so
fact that someone got
insulting
sent to
that
the
she will
hospital
even make
because of
those
the
assumptions. You
cancer
know, they're like just
mutation,
because I'm
all
white
because
and
they
like
wanted
just
their teeth
because of
fixed.
X, Y, and Z, like
We're
I
causing
don't
someone
understand
to
it, or like
ruin their
wow,
health in
my
real time
laptop's
for
already like
dental work.
half
That'd be crazy.
dead, and
That's so crazy.
I'm
It's
not
apples
even
to
halfway through
oranges.
this
And
video.
what I said literally had no effect
Time
to
wise,
sending
I could,
someone to the hospital.
but anyway, sorry. I'm sure.
We're causing someone to ruin their health in real time for dental work. That'd be crazy. That's so crazy.
I've been like
It's
talking
apples
a
to
lot in this
oranges.
video, but
And
it's
what
just because
I
like there's
said
so
literally
much
had
to
no effect
say
to
right
sending
now.
someone to the hospital.
She's like, I know I have her spit up, but like she's just talking about so much different shit already.
Are
And I
going
know
to
15
take
minutes
their
was
life.
about the
That's
school. That
apples
I
to
maybe should
oranges,
have spun
considering the
that
fact
off
that I
into its own
corrected what I
video. It's a
said,
little bit late
and I
now.
literally
I'm gonna
explained what I
like
meant. If
I
you
won't be
take it that
splitting
way,
the
then
video.
that's you. But it's so weird. I don't cause people to go to the hospital. So why is that even an argument? Why is it always look at what the black
Your
person does?
mom? What are you talking about? You got your mom sent to the hospital essentially indirectly because she got shot because of you, and you've let her
But never what a white person
let
does
her
because they
run
always get
away
away
in
with
one
it
the entire
because
time. Like,
they're
what are you
white.
talking
So
about?
I'm not out here being hateful to
Yeah,
people.
man.
You
I'm
just
already,
want to make it
wasn't
seem
an
like I hate
hour.
all groups
I'm
of
definitely
people.
gonna.
I don't hate all groups of
I
people.
can't
That's
pause
you.
anymore. Like,
You're projecting. You didn't hear that come out of my mouth. And if I'm correcting myself and if I'm explaining what I meant, then that's a you problem. It's apples to
okay,
oranges.
Tophia. Yeah, that's a me problem. You're the one that's about to burst into tears soon.
Oh, big pimple on my forehead.
Yeah.
So
And meanwhile, I'm
you
acknowledging all
keep
these
you keep
real life
spamming
difficulties and
with the
shit that
username,
like a
and you
person
said,
of
"How am I
color
celebrating
face
your
and
birthday?"
like that
First of
people
all,
that
I
are
haven't
aren't
answered
white
you. Then why
faced
do
and
you
like
keep
even
spamming?
acknowledging that
What
like
am I supposed
face
to
and
do?
everything.
How am I celebrating by being upset?
Then my kids
Because
won't
why
get
do
in
I have
my
to answer? Do I
majority of
need to
any
tell people
country they ever
that I'm
go to.
upset?
So
Do I
like,
need to cry all the
you
time?
know what I
No,
mean?
crying doesn't get anything but has
Like, they're
me
always
posting
probably gonna
videos
be
of me crying
like,
and then laughing
I
at
don't
me.
know. You know, like I
You
think
won't
it's
be satisfied
just
until
gonna
I
be
pass
different.
away.
I hope it'll be
Everyone
better
would be
for
happy if I Jules
like
LeBron wanted
10
to do.
years, 15
You guys
years.
think things are funny. It's not funny. You act
The
like
shit I think about
this is
more and
what I do
more
all day. I'm
as I get
happy.
older.
I got no issues. I don't need to come on here and say that I'm hurt. My dad is out
So
there.
like, I'm very
He's not
cognizant
doing
of
too
those
good.
realities,
It's his
especially
birthday.
as
How do you think
someone
I'm
who,
supposed to feel? I'm
you know,
supposed to be happy?
will
Not my
have
life.
kids that are
Nobody cares how I'm feeling. If I come on here and say,
like
hey, I feel like shit,
the
I feel
reality.
unworthy,
It's the
I don't feel
reality.
good enough, I feel like a
I'm
lot of
not
things, you all
stupid,
wouldn't
man.
care.
Like
You don't
I'm
care.
not a
So
fucking
why are you
ignorant
asking me
ass
how I
white
feel
dude
if you're
that's
not going to listen to
totally
how I feel?
it's from
You're
all
not
this shit. I don't know what else to
interested.
say. You know,
You're
like
telling
I
something. Then
understand the
what's the reason
reality
I'm
of what
asking?
people face. I understand the reality of not being able to come to the U.S. even fucking legally right now. You know, like my wife's lived in the U.S. before. She's lived there and worked there before. Left when she's supposed to, and like trying to bring her over there now. It's harder than
For
ever.
me to answer and for you not
Like,
to
and
say
I don't
something.
want like, wouldn't I be the fucking worst husband in the world if I left my wife here for an entire year to be pregnant by herself? You know, like essentially give birth on her own. I'd be the fucking worst husband ever, right? Like, that's why I keep delaying it, man. Like, I'm
That's
getting
the worst
older,
thing
and
you
it's
can do
not
to
good.
someone. Imagine
It's
asking
like Tophia, get at me when like the current federal government is preventing you from starting a family. Okay, talk to me when that's happening to you about conspiracies about how rough your life
someone
is,
how they're
right?
doing, or
Because
how
I'm
can
doing everything right. I work a job. I'm finishing school again so I can get a better job. I'm trying to bring my wife here legally. I've saved up a ton of money so I can show it to the fucking IN. Like, do you know what I
doing?
mean, you
What are
guys?
you
I'm
doing to
doing
do?
fucking
And then
everything right.
we don't
I've been
care. Then
investing
why
money. I've been
ask?
saving money
How
for
do you think it makes
retirement.
someone feel when you say
Like,
the
I've
stuff
been
that you're
doing
saying and you
everything
judge
I'm
people
supposed to be
while
doing while I'm
judging
supposed
yourselves? You guys don't even talk
and I'm
about
just
yourself.
doing it
You don't talk about how
consistently.
you're feeling
Like,
or what you're going through or what happened
just
in your
I
life
stopped
or why to
exercising
make you
kind of, but
feel the
that's
way that
about
you
it.
feel,
You know,
and
like
you
I'm
come on
still
here making
busting my
someone else
ass
feel
for
like
each
shit
other
because you
regardless.
feel like shit because you don't want to talk about yourself.
I'm talking about myself right now because you're just screaming into a microphone about the same shit. Like, I'm acknowledging all the things you're talking about and even acknowledging the realities
You want
that
everyone else to feel the
we
way
will
that you
face in the
feel
future.
because you don't want to
And the realities that I've gone through, right? Like, I have a fucking misdemeanor. I mean, it's gonna get sealed in New York pretty soon.
do that.
I'm
Hurt
past,
people
but
hurt people.
you know, like I can't even buy a gun
I don't
right
make
now
people
until I
feel
get
like
some
shit
of
because
this
I feel like
stuff.
shit.
Until I
I
contact a lawyer about some other
didn't
stuff.
come
You
on
know what
here
I
and make
mean?
someone
Even when it gets
feel like shit.
sealed
And
and
I
I'm
feel like
not
shit
convicted
today.
felon, I
Not
can't
once
get
I
a
said,
gun
hey,
more
I didn't say
because of
F y'all.
the
I
nature of
didn't
my
say
misdemeanor.
nothing. I
Is
did
that
not come on here
if
and
you're
attack and
addicted to
target y'all.
illegal
I
drugs in
said
this
hi when I
country
see
at a
something.
federal level, you
Nowhere
can't
did
buy
I
a
come in here
firearm.
with some attitude treating y'all like
All
shit
right.
because I feel like
So I'm
shit.
actually having my Second Amendment rights infringed on, essentially, for a non-felony conviction in New York
That is not
because of
projection.
a
You don't
federal
even know
law,
what
which might eventually be deemed unconstitutional, but that's a different
projection is
story,
because you
maybe.
learned the word and
But
you
again, like
overuse
so
it.
all these conspiracies and shit
Like
that you
you
talk
learned the
about,
word
right?
and you
And like
overuse it.
all the shit from
I
the
always
government
wanted a
she talks
Hummer.
about, all the fucking overreach and
I
like
don't know
all
why
the
I thought Hummer
fucking shit that this administration is doing, like not allowing people to come in the country and like at the same time like restricting freedoms and like gun rights. Like
were so cool.
I
I wasn't
fucking deal with all
projecting.
that
I didn't
shit.
come on here and
I'm a
project
fucking white 35-year-old white guy, right? Like you
feeling
guys
like
know
a
what I
shit
mean? So obviously it's
when I
probably
just said
harder
hi. I
for
literally made a video about Jeffree
someone
Star and
of
people
color
just be
going through
bringing
the
up
same
stuff
shit.
from years back from my
Very
Twitter. What does
cognizant
that
about
have to
this
do with
shit.
Jeffree Star?
I
Yeah,
think
back
me
then I
going
didn't know
through a
anything
lot of
about
that shit,
Jeffree
man.
Star. I didn't
Because
know
like
about
you're
his
when you're
recent
in
stuff. I
outpatient,
found out
like
about
you're
that
going to
stuff. I didn't
probation
know
and
anything.
you're
This is
surrounded
St.
by
Dawson
people from
stuff,
like
right?
every
My
fucking walk
opinions,
of
which what
life,
I
from
was
like the richest
gathering from what
people
other
in
people
free
said
live to
about
like
that
the
video
fucking
that he said
brokest
about his cat
homeless
was, oh, it's just a
motherfuckers,
joke.
right?
I didn't think
It's like
anything too
you're all
serious
sitting
until,
in the
oh,
same
maybe it wasn't a
chairs
good
in that
thing.
same
Some of
fucking
these things you
office, right?
just
It
have
doesn't
to
matter
do because
what
it's just like,
got you there or your
why are
background.
we
You're
attacking
all there
someone?
for the same fucking
See,
reason.
it's
You did something
preventing people
wrong
from
and you have to
growing.
pay
There's a
for
certain,
it.
I don't know.
Like I don't know
For
what
me,
else to
I think there's
say,
a
you
line
know?
that is
Or
drawn.
like when you're sitting in a chair at outpatient treatment, it's like it doesn't matter if the person sitting next to me makes a fucking $1 million a year. They're still sitting in that room with me because they have the same fucking
I think
problems.
predators can't
It
grow.
doesn't matter how much
I
money they
think
make.
predators should not get a
It
second
doesn't
chance.
matter
But
for
other people
shit,
thinks that everybody
right?
deserves a second chance.
They're still sitting in
And it's
that room
hard
with me. I'm
to,
still sitting in
because I
that
don't
room
want
with
to learn
them.
everyone gets
Doesn't
a
matter
second
what
chance.
they
But
fucking
we're
look like. Doesn't
preventing
matter how
people
much
from getting a
more
second
money or
chance
how much less money
because
they
no
make
one
than
should
me.
have to live in
Doesn't
chaos
matter
and
their
their
fucking
survival guide all the
sexuality,
time.
their
I
gender.
just
I
wish
don't give a
all of the
fuck.
problems
Like
for everyone would
I
go
told you
away
guys, I've
to see
essentially
what is
been
happening
in
to people. This
outpatient
is
like every type
inhumane.
of person
Because
from
why are we
every
bullying
walk of
someone to the
life.
point of pushing them
It's
to send them
unbelievable
to the
the
hospital and no one
span of
cares
people
because
who
they're
need
uncaring?
like
It's
outpatient
just like
like
the
drug
discourse
treatment.
with
It's just
Samira. I'm a
unbelievable.
plus size
It's an entire cross section
woman
of
that
suck.
struggles finding cute
It's
clothes
everyone.
in my size and then
I'm
being
sorry,
told that I
I know
have to
I
go to the
paused a lot.
gym,
I'm gonna have
or
to split
why
this
don't you
into
just
like
stop
this first
eating?
video
And
where
it
I
affects
call
me.
it like Tophia lied about school. And I'll call this like part two.
I wish I didn't look like this. Oh, how hard to
Okay, so we're gonna
send them to
rewind a
the
little.
hospital and no
Now
one
he's about to
cares
start
because
getting
they're
into
uncaring.
appearance and
It's
stuff
just
like
like the
that.
discourse with Samira. I'm a plus size woman that struggles finding cute clothes in my size and then being told that I have to go to the gym, or why don't you
Tophia, you know what? You really, if you were someone I know, right, that I went to outpatient with, she showed me a photo of her when she was thin when I went to treatment with her, right? Like she looked like quite thin. And she showed me a video of her before treatment, and she was like 300 pounds. And she told me that she was more confident and you didn't use when she was larger than after she got her weight loss surgery done. And that's when she started using a lot more heavily and just really in general.
just stop
So if
eating?
you were that confident in yourself, first of all, it wouldn't be a problem because you'd be able to find dudes still, right? Everyone's into something, right? Second of all, again, I just gave an example of someone I know that had more confidence when they were fatter and less attractive. She was like, "Yeah, when I was fat, I was a bad motherfucking bitch, and then as soon as I became skinny, I was like really insecure about like guys looking at me. You know what I mean? Like it's very weird. You wouldn't think that that's how it works, but it is how that works.
I wish I didn't look like this. Oh, how
So
hard it
she
is.
always talks all the time about how confident she is, how she's not. I'm fucking. You know what I mean? Like real women for like I
Because
don't fucking look ugly. I'm happy
they
with how
bully
big I
people.
am. Like her mom even said, I watched that conviction Jordan video again for like the third time recently, and her mom's even like, "I'm happy with how
On
fat
the
my daughter
internet,
is."
it
You're like,
was
"I think
just
she looks
other words
great.
of
I
like,
love the
oh, it
way she
hurts so
looks." Like
much.
so
I
freaky
can't be
too.
hurting. Because every time I get upset or I'm hurting, it's
Nobody
always
thinks you
someone's
can't be
laughing
hurting,
or sharing
Tophia.
a video
Who's
of me
saying
crying
this
and
shit to
making
you?
jokes
Who's
and
saying
making
any
fun
of
of
this
me.
shit, man?
It's a lot to have to take on, and
I feel like everyone
trying
says to
my
me, who's
stress
saying
is
it
sending me
besides
to
your
the
fucking
hospital.
chat?
Just like Jules, I have stress.
It'd be really easy to solve that problem by just getting on. I'm not gonna go to fucking social media. Okay, then you gotta put up with fucking people tagging on you, man.
Constant headaches.
Like, what are you
I'm not
talking
doing
about?
okay, and
You know,
I'm
like
sending people
anytime
to the
anyone
hospital.
puts themselves out there, they have to. Any person who puts
I'm trying,
themselves out there,
but it's like I try to do things for myself.
whether you're putting
And
yourself out there to get mocked by asking someone out for a date, or you're putting yourself out there to get mocked on social
I'm
media.
horrible to myself because of what
I mean,
people
do
say.
you guys know what I
And
mean?
it's just like, am I really doing enough? I'm not good enough for people. I'm not. Oh, you're not doing anything. You're lazy.
You're not doing anything. That's the difference,
Like, how
man.
hard do I have to work
Even
to
Marty
get to
took
these
fucking
things?
bottles.
Nobody knows,
Even Marty
nobody
took fucking
cares that I'm
cans to the
struggling.
store for that $1 beer, you know?
Because I feel hard. And it's just like, how hard do I have to work to get to these things?
You need to work a lot harder than you're working now, Tophia. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you need to work significantly harder than you are right now. Like, significantly. You're only pulling in about $5,000 a year. You need to be working at least 6 times that hard around where I am. Actually, 7 before taxes. You need to be working about 7 times as hard, Tophia.
Because nobody cares that I'm struggling.
You put yourself in a position for people to not care. I don't know what else to say. You don't make yourself. You're not a sympathetic character. You're just not. You're not doing anything to better your position. You're not doing anything to better your lot in life. You know. I fucking work 5 days a week at a school. Then after that school, I go to fucking night classes, fucking taking discrete mathematics and all this other shit, so I can get a better degree than I have now to make more money for my family. You are not doing fucking shit. You're not doing shit. And once again, she's in one of the best states in the United States to go back to school.
Because I feel horrible.
The best in the United States. Arguably the best. I'm telling you guys, Google how accessible school and college is. 4-year degrees in New Mexico and how much state aid you get. I'm not joking, you guys.
Plus size without being attacked.
It's like you're the one that always brings up your plus size, man. Like, look at Tophia. You're out there talking about like everyone's fucking loves me. This guy falls into me after one conversation. We can see you on the camera, man. You're a fucking miserable person. Like, you're just fucking miserable. You're a miserable person. There's nothing positive in your life.
On a daily basis. And that's
You're,
why I
you
don't open most
you
of
sit
the
in a negative, you sit in a sea of negativity all day in your chat.
Who do I have to talk to about
And
that?
you're such a negative person yourself. Like,
not a liar?
you are like, you say nothing fucking positive ever. You're always like such selfish, such fucking entitled, like self-centered. You're always like, oh, people fucking love me for me. I take such good care of my fucking family. You guys treat me like such fucking shit. I'm such a fucking victim. You never fucking say shit positive about anyone, including yourself. Or, I'm sorry, anyone but yourself. It's always about how much people fucking love you and how much people lust after you and all this shit. It's never a single positive thing to say about anyone else, man. Not even your dead brother and your family. My brother, oh, he's so selfish. He had all the Fortnite skins. You mean the ones that he bought on his account? God, what a selfish fuck, right? Because obviously, if you bought them on his account, you'd know the password, right? Like, that's very obvious. So she obviously didn't buy them.
Nobody gets it because they really don't care. All they care about is bullying people.
No, dude. Okay, you guys, I just covered everything that I suffer as a middle-aged white man, and I'm acknowledging that's a lot more for other people. I don't know what to say.
When I'm out somewhere, it's crazy because it's just like the other day I was out somewhere and I had my hair up in a bun because I didn't do my hair. I was like, you know what, I'm tired.
I'm doing another 2 minutes of this video split.
And I was like, I don't want to fix my hair. And then I had to tell myself, I don't want to run into someone because I can't let someone see me like that. Nobody really cares. They don't. All of this stuff is affecting me.
Yeah,
and no one knows what it's like because it's hard. It's a
that's not true at all, man. I just said I know, like, I don't know her exact problem, but I know a lot of problems like that, right? And there are people, by the way, that watch Vocal and that watch Tophia Archive and people like that have been homeless, and I fucking believe them, okay? Because again, I knew homeless, like, it's just
nobody really cares.
You know?
They don't.
So people do know what it's like.
Affecting me. And no one.
But nobody knows what it's like to be as
knows what it's like
easy
because it's hard.
Man.
It's a heavy weight.
Again, I told you guys the last time, like, I couldn't have ever hated a job more than that pet store I worked at when I was in Houston. but even using as a fucking dope addict, I knew I need to work. Like, and I worked as little as I could, you guys believe me. Okay, I worked as little as I could.
Platform.
You know? And I still even had a job. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Why aren't you talking about that?
Like, I don't know anyone that's lazy. Even I'm gonna fucking probably have this as like a T-shirt eventually. But like, even Marty returned cans and bottles.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say.
It's a lot.
Even Marty returned cans and bottles.
Yeah. How do you think I'm supposed to celebrate? There is no celebration. My dad is out there. He's sick. Why ask these questions?
Also, this is really weird.
You know the answer to that. Why be so rude? You don't
like her dad hasn't seen her dad didn't see her brother in 8 years. Okay, well, you know, Vocal checked me the other day. Her brother died about a year and a half ago, right? So that means 2 years ago her brother was alive. So unless her father went to jail 8 years ago now, so 6 years before 2 years ago, there's no way that
my dad is out there. He's sick. Why ask these questions when you know the
guy's in prison right now?
Why be so rude?
Or jail.
You think that I've been reminded?
Or if he's in the streets, like either way, it's kind of your fault for not keeping track of him. If you claim you don't have mental, I believe you have the same fucking mental illness as him. For the record, which means I believe that she's lying and that, like, none of this shit is like true or honest in reality. Like that's why she can't manage or deal with any of this shit. I truly believe that she has severe mental illness like her father. But again, I'm circling back around to it. But even Marty, my schizophrenic, drug addict, alcoholic friend, returned his cans and bottles. I don't know what else to say to you, Tophia. He's a schizophrenic, alcoholic, drug addict. Even he, homeless, fighting on the street for $1 beer, still took that fucking can back to the store, man. Like,
no celebration. My dad is out
how
there.
Crazy is that if you think about that in full context?
You know the answer to that.
Of what I just said. You know what I mean? Anyone watching my channel right now, think about that. Think about what I just said to you and how fucking crazy that is. If Tophia claims she is not schizophrenic and shit, how a schizophrenic, alcoholic, drug addicted, K2 addict, homeless man, black man, by the way, very black, okay? Even he did some work and some odd jobs for money, Tophia. You don't do fucking shit.
Reminded,
like, you really just don't do anything. It's very weird.
My brother was looking for him. You know?
You just live stream your entire life in like almost embarrassing moments.
Because it's just like.
And she's like, "Oh, I threw line there. I skipped over it." She's like, "Only my brother was looking for me. You aren't looking for your dad. You weren't looking for it." Like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking over it. I have to let her speak here.
I think that I've been reminded leading up to this day that my dad's birthday was coming up. My brother was looking for him, you know, and it's.
Oh, I thought she was talking about her brother's birthday and how she missed it.
Because it's
She's not even talking.
We were looking for my dad,
like, at all.
We didn't find him, and my dad didn't even get to see his son, and it's been almost 8 years.
She just said 8 years, you guys. I know it sounded like a year, but I'm pretty sure she said 8 because she says it again. And it's like, what are you talking about? 8 years, man. We have video of your dad living with you when those women went to his house because he was fucking being weird. Like the chicks that are around your age, you said, or whatever, you know, like the girl's daughter who was the girl herself was clearly in her 30s at latest. It was clear she was in her 20s probably. And she's like, yeah, this girl's my daughter. And he was being fucking weird with the daughter, man. Like, but whatever, like, whatever. Even if he wasn't being that way, like, there's no way your brother, there's just no way. There's no way when you guys were all living together. That doesn't make sense. 8 years, there you go. See, she said it again.
We didn't find him, and my dad didn't even get to see his son, and it's been almost 8 years. Didn't see his dad in 8 years. My dad
8 years ago. How's that possible?
That's hard.
There's no way. Even if we say it's 2 years, like I thought it was, or like 3 years since her brother died. Let's just say it's 2 years, right? Let's say it's been the full 2 years. I think it will be like around 18 months. I think it's around 18 months right now. But let's just say it was 2 years ago, right? So Tophia's arguing that her dad didn't see them for 6 years before her brother got shot. It just didn't happen.
Nobody can have an issue. Everyone's suffering.
She's that. I think she's that stupid in that ignorance.
God forbid you can't struggle. That is so crazy.
Nobody said you can't struggle. Again, like I'm very sympathetic to a lot of people struggling, probably more than the average person. It's just how I was brought up. Like my grandma was a hardcore Democrat. I don't think anywhere near what she was. Like she was an elected Democrat where I was as she got older. You know, like not at a crazy level, but enough where she was influential at a local level, definitely. And you know, like she believed that there will always be people that need help, right? And she instilled that for me when I was really young. And you guys can agree with that or disagree with that, but it's just something that I was taught when I was very young.
God
Something
forbid,
instilled in me
for
at a
the
very young age.
you're struggling.
And you know,
People
like I
attack you
actually
for
missed my
that, and it's a
grandma.
lot seeing what people go through.
She
You know what I
died.
mean?
I wasn't on very good terms
Hey,
with her.
anyways, thank you for the gift
Neither was the
cards.
rest of
That
my
is the
immediate
stupidest thing
family.
I've ever,
And
like, the
I
stupidest
regret
comment I've ever
not
seen
doing
in my
it. I
life.
really do.
To
I'm like
literally tell someone,
my other family, my immediate family, I understand why. But you know, she treated me well when I was doing a really, really bad thing, and I regret not making up with her in the last few. I was so ashamed, like, of some of the stuff I did that like I couldn't bring myself to face her after a certain point, and especially after she moved to go live with other relatives after she got like she fell eventually, and like my family went like they don't talk to her anymore, so she had to move, and it's just
who
like
is
I
upset
was filled
about
with
the
a
things that
lot
people
of
are doing on
shame
the internet
over
to
it.
grow up,
And I'm
is
very,
not
you
being
guys could probably even
childish to
hear my
talk about
voice
that
right now. I'm
phobia
like very
because you want to
remorseful
be a
over it.
Regina George. What does that got to do with
And
me?
like, has Tophia ever said anything about her grandma like that? Has she ever shared a story about her grandma, like, and what her grandma liked to do, and like what she did, and like what she taught her, instilled in her? She's just like, no, I used to like going over there because she had a dog that Melvin, and because we get to like go do like whatever, you know, like whatever bullshit. Like I just shared some real shit that my grandma did with me, instilled in me, what she did, what she believed in, all this other shit. And it's been like fucking 10 years probably since I saw her. You know,
Oh,
like,
grow up.
I mean, I just pulled it right
Nothing I
off the
said
top of
was
my head.
childish. Maybe you're the childish one.
Sorry, I like again,
Do
like
I
I
really
keep this
care
is
what you
like
gotta
kind of
say
off
when you
topic.
think about me? Because I
This
don't.
video is really
What
long.
the
This is
heck
when I
is
probably
that
gonna stop
audio?
here.
That's
We're
so
really
creepy.
soon.
Wow, now I'm not feeling too good because I freaked out.
You know, like I just can't help but compare the things, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, again, I believe that people like Tophia and people out there, like, I don't believe Tophia will be able to function in real society, right? I believe that she's one of the people that will always need help the rest of her fucking life. And again, I believe it's probably a lot cheaper to help her on the outside than on the inside, where she's locked up and needs a guard in addition to food and everything 24/7, right?
And people just
Again, right now she's subsisting on like less than $5,000 a year. Could you guys even fathom that? I know I've said it before, but that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Even when I was using fucking dope, barely working, I made
I
like, I
just
don't know,
literally
20,
addressed that
15
comment yesterday.
You
Why do I
know?
have to address it again?
Five is just
Someone,
crazy
which
to
it
me,
was a
guys.
sarcastic comment to somebody
Like
that
I would
joined
go through
his live.
400 bucks of
It was a
drugs
live.
in like
They joined
2
his
or you know,
live
like a
and
week
basically
probably,
said,
right?
"You're
Like
acting
that was my main
childish." They would
motivation
always
to keep
tell him he was
working
acting childish.
more than anything.
They'd be like, "You act like
At
a
the
kid.
time,
You
at the
act
time.
childish." So I was being sarcastic because how
Suddenly
does
she's
someone
being
act childish?
sarcastic about
Have to
what? I'm
address
sorry,
it
guys.
again.
I know I've like gone on topic, and like the second part of this, I'll try and stay on the topic in the video more. But yeah, my computer's gonna fucking die soon. I probably will need to split it just so I can go charge my computer. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm sharing all this personal stuff. I'm giving like such points of reference to compare to Tophia, and like she just fails on every level, man. It's just like a total failure on every level. Like I just shared some real shit about my grandma. The last time she talked about her grandma, she missed her dog Melvin. You know?
Which it was.
Where like I talked about her dad and mental illness, he's really suffering. How I think Tophia is suffering from that. She'll always. Tophia is never going to be right in the head, you guys. If all you guys out there who think she'll suddenly turn it around one day and start working 40 hours a week, you're just as crazy and delusional as Tophia. This will be where I end the video. Actually, I'm going to split it right here. Anyone who thinks that Tophia will suddenly turn it around one day and start working 40 hours a week, you're mental. You're just as mental as she is. It will never fucking happen. She's like Christian. She's got some crazy shit going on, you guys. She will never be able to work a full time job in her life, and she never will. I fucking guarantee it right
Was a
here
sarcastic
and
comment.
right now. I fucking promise you right now that she will go from now until she dies without ever fucking working a full time job 40 hours a week. I will fucking bet my fucking life on it. All right? I will bet my fucking life on that. So we have to find a way to deal with people like this, right? Without them just dying in the streets all the time, okay? Because that's not a good look either when we're the richest nation on the planet. And we're just letting motherfuckers die in the streets, okay? That's a pretty bad look too, right? This is where I'm gonna stop it though. This is where I'm gonna fucking kind of draw the line and say, like, probably where a lot of other creators and a lot of other people disagree with me very heavily, right? But anyone who's watched Tophia for even a couple months, you should be very aware of the fact that this chick is not normal. She never will be. Even heavily medicated, she's going to be like her dad, and maybe at best be working part time. We need to find a way to deal with people like this efficiently and effectively, where they're not like just fucking draining all these other things. Like she will need help for the rest of her life, you guys. It's just a guarantee at this point. It's a fact. It's written in stone already. All right, it's a fucking fact. She is never going to be normal. She will never be able to work a full-time job unless we want every single person like her just living on the streets under a fucking bridge, which I personally don't want that, right? I don't want fucking every homeless person out there to be like fucking Marty, right? Again, I know I keep bringing him up, but I see there's so many parallels between the two, right? Like, and again, Marty was like didn't have a full-time job either. He did shit, he did something. He got up every day. He fucking did something. He was at least out there. Tophia doesn't even panhandle. You guys think about that. There's no one that's ever seen her panhandling, right? I knew fucking addicts that had apartments that panhandled. You know what I mean? They were still out there fucking getting money every day. They were still getting money, you guys. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, Tophia. You aren't even willing to go sit on the street with a sign. I don't know what else to say, you guys. Like, that's her alternative, right? That's where she's going to eventually end up, right? And I just think that there's a more efficient, better way to deal with all those homeless people than letting them sit on the streets begging people for cash. So that's just my opinion. Other creators and other people commenting or whatever can agree, disagree, whatever. It's just like my personal point of view. Obviously, that was influenced by like the forces around me growing up, like in their points of view, obviously, right? And like I'm just like, in terms of like leaning one way or the other, I definitely lean way harder to the left just because of where I was brought up and my upbringing and all this shit. It's like the stuff that was instilled in me at a young age. I can understand though if you think that people like this need to. I can understand the point of view of people saying that people like her need to take full accountability, right? But my argument is that Tophia never will be capable of that. And if you think otherwise, I just think you're fooling yourself. I think it's literally written in stone that she will never be normal, that she'll never be able to. Sorry, there's a loud noise right now. Fucking silence here. Yeah, sorry, the noise is not stopping. I think that there are people like Tophia, they will always exist, and like there's really like the far right, that are saying like all these people we should just fucking let them burn on the streets and die. I don't agree with that shit. I can understand wanting people to take more personal responsibility though. But my argument is that people like Tophia exist, and this chick will never be normal, you guys. She'll never be normal. She'll never be participating in society in a full, engaging way. And we need to find a way to deal with these people that's better than the way we're dealing with them now. Because it's really embarrassing and shitty how we're dealing with them right now. And it's nothing anyone should be proud of. We shouldn't be happy. It'll be funny and interesting. Funny to an extent. I mean, life is either comedy or tragedy. I know I'm like getting like kind of whatever at this point. Whatever. It's this a bit more esoteric. But it'll be a little bit funny and interesting for people like us, but I'm not personally like happy about it. I bet Vocal's not happy about it. I bet most of the people watching here aren't happy to hear there's another crazy under a bridge, right? I bet most people are not happy to hear, yeah, we have another schizophrenic, crazy homeless woman under a bridge right now, and she'll probably get exploited by people. I'm not happy about that, but like, I don't know where anyone else thinks she'll end up. Like, there's just no chance she turns her life around 180 degrees and like all of a sudden takes full account. It's just, I don't think it will ever happen. So yeah, that's just I know I'm like getting a little bit like off topic now, but that's sort of like my worldview. Like people like this will always. Sorry guys, I know there's gonna be a lot more background noise now, but and people like this will always exist, and we need to find a way to efficiently deal with them. That's essentially my position. I'm gonna split this video here now. You guys, I know I got a little bit like off topic and like a little maybe political at the end or whatever, but it's just my worldview. Kind of like there will always be people like this in every country. You guys, in every country, there's people like Tophia, and you just around the entire world. So it's not like you can like throw all the foreigners out and get rid of all the Tophias, right? Like Tophia is way worse than us than like the average working illegal immigrant. Do you guys know what I mean? And there will always be people like her, unless we're all gonna fucking send them on a rocket into the sun. Like we need to figure out what to do with them while they're here, where like they're engaged in society somewhere, where like they're contributing fucking something. Like even like Marty, even if all they're contributing is recycling cans, that's something, you guys. She does fucking nothing, and that's what makes her really unsympathetic and makes her a totally unsympathetic character. So anyway, this is where I'm going to split it, you guys. I know I didn't even get through halfway of this, and I know the first like 15 minutes of this were a totally different topic from the last video, but I don't know. If anyone watches this, thank you so much. I'm going to keep going, at least until my laptop dies, and I'll go charge and try and finish it. But I'm going to split this here. That's sort of my little preachy moment there at the end for Tophia, and what I think about her and people like her. And like, I believe they need help. You know, like, she clearly needs help. She's out of her mind, you guys. Now, I don't think she deserves a $500,000 home at all. Let's just be clear on that right now. Whatever else you guys think about my viewpoint, I do not think Tophia deserves a free $500,000 house. In any reality that I occupy, I don't believe that, okay? I believe she needs help. I don't believe she needs a fucking $500,000 home. I just want to clear that up right now. So thanks for watching, you guys. That's what makes you so unsympathetic, Tophia. You not only are so self-entitled, but you are beyond entitled. You think you are entitled to $500,000. You know? I mean, I don't know what to say to you, man, like, about that. That's crazy. And that's also why I think she's out of her mind. No person in her position would be offered a house with the single stipulation, one stipulation, that you have to get off social media and turn that down. Even fucking Marty was. I know I keep bringing him up. I'm sorry, but it's like, if this channel gets bigger, I'm gonna fucking make a T-shirt about that. If I could find his family, I'd fucking give him half the money. All right? Like, I swear to Christ, you guys. I swear to fucking God about that. So anyway, that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. She's fucking crazy. She will always need help. That's my opinion. So she's out of her mind. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, and again, unless we start launching all these people into the fucking sun, like, we're gonna have people like her on the streets, and that's just the reality of it. So